Well, hello, this is a Screencastify for week 1. This is lesson 2. So let's get to it. We did our 5 strong stuff. We did a little get to know you, whether you're a husky or a cougar. And I went to Central, so I'm a wildcat, so I guess we hang with the cats on the eastern side, but some of my favorite students from Fife went to the UW, so what are you gonna do? Our objective is to connect as people, keep it positive and productive, and help you guys find perennial fitness that you love. Um, that's our priority, people, first one. So Yeats is this great poet in Ireland, and he says there are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet. And I think that's true. You never know who you might become friends with in our class. Or, one of my old students is getting married next. He's 23, and he and his fiance are both Fife graduates. They met their senior year. So, you never know. So we've got some icebreakers that we did. And if you weren't able to participate, one of them was some personality test questions. They were just kind of goofy, like you had to put animals in order of what you thought was the most important between a sheep, a horse, a pig, and a tiger and a cow. And then we all shared what our order was. And then the very, very scientific, not scientific at all, answers was, oh, cow meant career, tiger was pride, sheep was love, horse was family, and pig was money. So whatever was first is what's most important to you. So we did a couple activities like that to try to get to know each other. And And then this guy right here, this is Lewis Howes, he's one of my favorite podcasters. I listen to him a lot. And I really used to really believe in the fake it till you make it mantra. And he one day on his podcast said that is a terrible, that's terrible advice. And I was like, really? And he says that you should face it till you make it. And he told this really great story about wanting to be a public speaker, being terrified, and just deciding, even though he was scared, he was just going to face the fear and go do it. And he did it enough until it just became who he was. And in non COVID times, he'll talk in front of thousands of people. So he decided to face it until he made it. And this is really the only way that we can get through our fears and our insecurities and our anxiety. And there's a lot to be anxious about right now. So as I'm sitting here making this video, I'm looking outside where I can't go because of the fires and the smoke and the air quality in Tacoma right now. So just acknowledging that this is hard. So if you get a chance to go on the slide deck, this video is about 7 minutes long. It's Houston Kraft. He's one of the co-founders of Character Strong. It's really worth watching. And that one of the takeaways is that you got to name it to tame it. And he talks about brain research and how we respond to stress as humans, and how one of the best things we can do is to name it. So if you're sad, you name it. I'm sad. And that way you can get to a place where you can try to address it. He also taught this thing, figure 8 breathing. You put your hand on your palm and you breathe in and breathe out. And it's kind of a nice tactile way to do calm breathing. I'm going to teach you guys something called 4-square breathing later in the semester, but I loved this method, and especially because of the tactile piece. And then the video is worth watching. The other thing he mentioned is that your brain, people think they can multitask. They can't. It's false. That you can't. Your brain is train tracks, and it can only do one thing at a time. And so if I'm feeling anxious and scared and I'm starting to make up all these stories of what could or might or already did happen, right? If I can take a step out of that and have gratitude, and some days it looks different, right? So some days it's just, whew, I have a house, I have food, I have an awesome husband. And other days you can get into the space of like, oh, listen to the birds sing. Did you see that rainbow? And the unicorns are flying. Get different days for your gratitude. But if you can take a moment to find 7 things that you're grateful for, it's going to help shift some of that inside of you. So, really big believer that we are in PE, we have the choice to make it positive. And that's our standard. We try to be productive and get stuff done and be positive. But I cannot do it alone as a teacher. I absolutely need you to step up and to help. It doesn't mean it's always easy. And one thing I shared with the class is it doesn't mean that you always feel super positive. So something I shared with them was about a week before school started, I had a meltdown. Like I lost it. I started crying. I just my husband came home from work and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I don't know how to teach on a computer." And so that day we drove out to Key Peninsula, took the dog for a walk at some parks that are on the salt water. And the next day I had kind of a chin up. All right, we're going to pull it together. We're going to figure this out. So when I come to you guys in class, I'm going to pour every ounce of positive energy I have into you. I'm going to bring you my full game, 100%. But I just want you to know that it doesn't mean that every day I wake up like, yay, it's a global pandemic and we're teaching Zoom. That's not it. But I'm going to be here for you as positive as I can. I do want you to try to watch the video. This is just a reminder about our house at Fife High School. We have the saying family honor service. And then underneath in the foundation of our house is the heart of the Trojan. All of these things right here. And so really today we were talking about having empathy and then having the courage to face those hard days and show up even when you don't want to. And then I challenge you to think of what's one thing you're going to do to keep your own Trojan heart in order. So just what's a self-care strategy? One thing that my husband's been harping on me about is to just stop at the end of the workday because there's so much to do. I keep going and then my eyes get they're like tweaking out and I get headaches. And so I have to take a break, which is hard to do in the Zoom world. What are you going to do? What's something that you're going to do for self-care? And then we did a 7th inning stretch. If you've never been to a baseball game, when we all get to go again, this happens. Oh, wait, no, go back, go back. I don't know why I didn't play. This happens at baseball games after the 7th inning. I hope you can hear it. Everybody gets up and then we all sing. Oh, I should stand up and stretch. Take me out to the ball game. Okay, so you guys get it. And then we did a little brain break. And the brain break is you have to take your right hand's going straight up and down, and your left hand is coming horizontally straight. And then you have to do it at the same time, but without going diagonal. See, I can't do it. It's really hard. Try it. It's hard. Just a little brain break. And then just a recap of how we're going to run things remotely. Excuse me. Everything's in Google Classroom. Make sure you have the code. Email me if you don't. You'll get Zoom participation points. We're going to do a Friday fitness form. Each week you have to do 2 workouts on your own, 30 minutes each, separate days. But the good thing is you can do whatever you want. You can do yoga, you can do yard work, you can do a workout video, you can go for a run when the air quality is better. There will be some assignments, some quizzes and tests, but not much. We're not trying to turn PE into an academic class. We want you to be active. So it's super important for your immune system to be active and to be fit and to be doing stuff. So that's what we want. So in general, the plan is on our lesson 1 workouts, we're going to have a quick talk, go do a workout, come back, recap, end the class. And then Thursday and Friday, we'll do more content stuff. And then remember, 2 workouts on your own every week. If you miss a day, you're going to have to fill out an absence form. So make sure that you keep on top of that if you're missing. And some people are missing like they have to take care of their little brother or little sister because there's no daycare right now. And so we understand. We're not trying to make it harder for you. We want to help you, whatever we can do to help. So if you have any questions, just email me. And just remember, fitness is fun. And from the video, you got to name it to tame it, whatever those big emotions are. Practice that figure eight breathing. Write down 7 things you're grateful for. Happy hallway. Bam. I miss you. Fitness is fun. You are strong. You are capable. You are resilient. Let's get them, Trojans.